Welcome back, everybody, to another day of making messes and creations. So, if you haven't watched the first video, there's a link for it down below. This is part 2. We are going to be embossing onto these lovely gray and beige and maroon colored backgrounds. So, let's get started. Let me get all this cleaned up so we can start sketching. So I was just writing down some ideas. Figured I'd use these since they're the general shape of and scale to the paintings, and just gonna roughly sketch out 6 of them just to get an idea of how we're going to do this. So I was playing around with mandala ideas, starting off with circles and then adding on. It's a really bad, quick sketch, but so ignore the horrible imperfections on there. But, so, generally I had the idea, let's bring you guys in. Onto each one, I'm gonna come in and create mandalas, off-center, asymmetrical kind of area, and then the elephants, we kind of do the same thing. Maybe have some of them where the elephant is whole. Dogs. 1 second. Alright, I'm back, and here I am just already sketching out one of the ideas in the bottom corner. Just doing a mandala, then we'll come back in and add an elephant on the left there. Just trying to come up with some ideas for the mandalas, elephants, placement of them on all 6 paintings. So, yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just looking at adding shapes, trying to keep balance, quickly adding them in, using the tools I have around. Especially when it comes to circles, it's a lot easier if you use tools. So yeah, it's pretty boring. How about this? I'm gonna pause it here and fast forward, put it on time lapse. That way it goes by a lot quicker. added the lines where I'm going to be doing the embossing on each of them. So with them, I drew out my sketches, my ideas for each one of them, so you can see. And then I came in and I quickly laid down the lines for the embossing powder. Since I'm not doing the whole thing in embossing, I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. Just do the lines with mandalas in the embossing, and then I'm going to come back with the other precious metals and Liquitex markers and other golds to bring in more detail to them. So, as you can see, I came in, I marked them all out already, what I have planned. So, that's what we're going to do. Let's give this anti-static pouch a shot. I don't know if you've ever used one before. I got mine from Hobby Lobby. It was $7.99. But it prevents stray embossing powders and glitter from ruining your craft projects. So, to use, gently rub anti-static pouch over the surface and wipe away excess powder residue with a brush. Proceed with stamping, embossing, and or glittering as normal. So, I have all materials out. I'm all set to start laying down the medium. Oh, let me get something underneath. So I like to use a manila folder or some kind of paper underneath. That way the excess residue, when you dump it off, you have an area that you can lift and put back inside the container. So we're going to start off, let's use this anti-static pouch all over. Now it doesn't look like much is coming out, but I don't know if you can see the little bits of powder coming out of the bag as I move it. You're just going to run this bag all over your project. There we go. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to use the same tools I used to make the lines. And we're just going to go over them with the medium pen. It's a glue medium. It goes down, it allows for glitter, powder, anything that you want to emboss to stick to the surface that you're going to be embossing. Make sure that lines up. I just find it easy to come in and use things that are already circular, already round, to make the lines for this. Especially when it comes to canvas or something like that. Not all tools fit inside a compass, so can't exactly use a compass for everything, and pencil, as I found out last time, doesn't show up very well on the canvas. And if it does, it's because you have to press really hard, and I don't want to do that. So I got the glue medium down, and let's start adding our powder. Oh yeah, that came out really clean. Although I do see a few areas that I want to come back and touch up with this, because I don't think I got enough of the glue down. This is an easy fix. Just come in, go over those areas. Let's reapply some more glitter. And there we go. It is on there. Now, before you start anything, you should always come in and put your powder back into the container and out of the way. Especially once you start using the heat, you don't want to just waste all of that powder. So, let me heat up the static gun and I'll be right back.
I
Alright, so voiceover time again. I'm heating up the bottom of the canvas as recommended by one of my subscribers, and now I'm going on top and slowly heating up. As I learned in the last video that I did embossing, you don't want to stay in one area for too long. It runs the risk of burning the paint. It'll start to like bubble up and everything. It's really awful. But you see now I'm slowing down, going back and forth on each line, making sure that the embossing powder is completely melted, and then just moving on to the next line and so on. Let's just show you it all done and finished. Bam, look at that, all shiny. Now time for another time lapse.
Alright everybody, welcome back. So, now that you've made it this far, and hopefully it didn't make you cringe with all the horrible mistakes I've probably been making, we have all the embossing done. So, now to come in with the precious metals. Or should I do Liquitex? I'm not even sure how this is going to show up on here. I'm just going to do a test on the side. It's very subtle. I might use that more for outlining the elephant, maybe. Although I would have a lot more control. Oh, we'll just play with it. So, I'm going to do one, throw you guys back onto the time-lapse after, and when I'm done with 8 million time-lapses for this entire project, I have an announcement, and yeah, so I will see you guys at the end of the video. So, in an attempt to do a time lapse, my battery died. So I had to wait forever for it to charge. Didn't realize that it wasn't going anywhere. So here's what I did in my delusion that you guys were actually there watching. I added some detail with the Liquitex paint and added some dots with the precious metals. So I'm going to probably keep that kind of simple. Looking at the time crunch, I didn't even start the other 5, so I'm probably just going to do a time lapse of me doing one of them for you guys to see, and ditching the whole idea of individual elephants, because ain't nobody got time for that. So while it was charging, I decided to pull out my linoleum blocks and carve out a stamp of an elephant, which I'm going to then come in to each one of them and add this little guy somewhere in the painting. So he will find a happy home somewhere on each of them. So yeah, attempt number 2 at doing a time lapse, and I will hopefully make it through this one and see you guys at the end of it.
I feel the air getting colder. I know something's missing here. I need your warmth right here. I need you to light a fire. Can you reach me in time? Can you find me in time? I'm waiting, waiting just on you. I'm waiting, waiting just on you. Now you gotta find me. Are you gonna find me? I need to know you'll be here in time. I need to know you'll be here in time. Can you find me in time? I'm waiting, waiting just on you. I'm waiting, waiting just on you.
Well, everyone, I'm finally done. So, first one. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And last, number 6. So, since I reached 100 subscribers, I want to thank all of you so far, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So, the way to enter, leave a comment below, and that will enter you into the drawing, and then the next video I will be pulling the names, and then you guys get to pick one of the lovelies. So, like, comment, share, let me know what you guys think, and thank you all again. It's been a long, grueling day, and I don't think I'm going to do any mandalas for a while. Alright, well, you guys take care.